Thank you for checking out this complete broadcast from the Wrestling Epicenter archives. If you like what you hear, please hit the like button and the notifications bell. Also, consider subscribing. It really helps. And now, without any further ado, welcome to the show.
Welcome back to KASC, the Blaze 1260, and the interactive interview. We're joined with an ECW icon, the one and only Queen of Extreme, Francine. Francine, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing pretty well. We had you on about 2 years ago, and
Has it been that long?
almost, yeah. And just about just about that time you were about to join MLW, which was short-lived. Yeah. What did you think of that stay there?
I thought it was good in the beginning, but I think Court wanted to be, too much like, I don't know, like a Vince McMahon type figure, and he just went in the wrong direction with the company, and he just didn't want to listen to any of us, and he failed. So, it was good for what it was, but I think if he would have kept the product the way he had initially when I first went there, I think it could have made money for him. But I think he didn't want it to be an ECW type company. And when he removed, most of the ECW guys, it just wasn't working out for him. So.
Well, actually, many of our guests that were with MLW, and actually all of our guests that were with MLW, said they made too much of an effort to look like ECW. And based on the way the TV shows aired, would you agree with that statement?
I think they did. When my first night there, when I came out the curtain, that's all they were chanting was, ECW. And I understand he wanted to, have them chant MLW, but nobody chants any call letters except for when they come see an ECW show. I mean, WWE people don't chant WWE at events.
Right.
You know what I mean? He hired everybody that was from ECW to do, his shows. We did, in the Fort Lauderdale, we actually did the building that we used to do our TV tapings at, and we sold it out. So, I mean, something was going correctly. But then, he got stingy with pay, and he didn't want to listen to ideas, and he just, I don't want an ECW company, so he started letting go of some of his biggest names, and I think, it just didn't work for him.
Well, the last two shows had almost all indie guys, it seemed, and there was just a few, leftover ECW names, and it was no surprise to me, actually. I described the company all the time as ass backwards or back asswards. I just thought it was completely... It was being run to the ground, I can tell. And basically, the question I have for you is, why did he let all those ECW names go?
You know what? I don't know. I mean, my final straw with Court was when we had a show scheduled for Friday, and he had called me Tuesday, and it was like, oh, it's canceled. And it was just so nonchalant the way he did it. And, I'm like, okay, your grandfather gives you money. You're from this wealthy family. I said, these boys make a living by working wrestling shows. Most of us, I can't speak for everybody, but this is all I do. I don't have a day job. So if my bookings get canceled, there goes my money. Yeah, there goes your weekly pay. He wasn't even sympathetic to the fact that, it's Tuesday. How am I going to get another booking to replace my, my lost booking that was yours on Friday? And he was just like, oh, well, what are you going to do? And to me, that's just, like, heartless. And, we had a little tiff over that, and then all he did was badmouth me. Oh, she's not a team player, and da-da-da. Well, of course I'm a team player. I laid in the middle of the ocean that I had water in my ears for like a month and sand from doing those commercials for you. And I did everything he had asked me to do, but I think when it came to money, he butted heads with a couple of the boys, and you can only get walked on so many times before you just have to stand up for yourself and say, listen, I'm not going to take it. So you either work or you don't work, and I couldn't go in for somebody who didn't, number one, respect me as a person, but number two, it's just like he didn't care about anything but himself. So
absolutely,
you can't run a company like that.
No, you can't. I watched. Erik hasn't seen them yet, but I've watched almost all the WEW pay-per-views.
Oh God.
Yeah, I've seen them all.
They're entertaining, though.
They are entertaining. The question I will give them that they're very entertaining. The only thing that really that surprised me when watching them, especially the first time I saw it, was how all of a sudden they seemed to break from the wrestling action to show some kind of softcore pornography, it seems.
Well, you know what it is? We're trying to acquire PWO prospects. That's what it is. No, I understand what you're saying. I mean, they've been running this company forever, and years ago, Dan was calling me to work it, and I said, you know, at that time, they were a lot more raunchier,
Right.
than they are now, and I just didn't want to have a part of it, but, you know, when he called me last year, I just told him, I said, look, Dan, there's certain things I won't do. You know, if I'm involved in any aspect like that, I'm going to walk out. And he's just like, I will not let you do anything you don't want to do. And I haven't done anything I didn't want to do. So as long as my role is the way I want it, I don't care what they do. And if people say, oh, you work for a disgusting company, I'm not the one that's disgusting. You know, my clothes are kept on, and I'm just making a living like everybody else, and I'm on pay-per-view. So it's entertaining. It gives something to everybody. I mean, there's wrestling, there's TNA, and, you know, I can't justify it. I mean, it's not that I agree with it.
Hey, I'm not asking you to justify it, you know. I'm not asking you to justify it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it appeals to, you know, the demographic is like 18 to 35-year-old males.
Right.
And, you know, we're doing something right because the last I heard, we're getting bigger buy rates than the TNA pay-per-views.
Well, there's been an ECW boom as of late, and a lot of people say the cause for that is the release of the Rise and Fall of ECW release. And a lot of people have emailed both of us saying that they seem to make almost a conscious effort to omit a lot of your contributions to the ECW product, despite the fact that you're arguably the most important woman in that company's history.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Are you comfortable telling us about possibly why that happened? Do you have any thoughts on the DVD?
I honestly think that, you know, if you're not a WWE employee or if you're not married to a WWE employee, that you're not going to be recognized.
Yeah,
that's my opinion.
Yeah, that's the way it seemed to me, and a lot of it. I've seen it from start to finish. I watched it, and you know, some of it I kind of roll my eyes, thinking, you know, well, that's not really the way it happened. You know, I mean.
Right. Yeah. Well, I told a lot of people. I said I have my tapes. I know what I can, you know, contributed, and my fans know what I contributed, and I was there for 7 years. I gave them everything that I had, and unfortunately, the newer fans who watch this DVD will never know the whole story because there were a lot of people that were left off. I mean, honestly, I did not watch it. I haven't seen it, but I know what I've been told. And my opinion is, like I said earlier, if you're not involved in the WWE in some aspect, you're not going to be, you know, recognized.
Well,
so,
and like we said, but you probably were. I mean, you were definitely there the longest of all the females that were in the company.
Right.
And, you know, they make a conscious effort to put over Beulah and the Kimona incident, like, really hard, and it seemed to be like, well, that was like a one-night thing, and then, you know.
But then again, Tommy is her husband, so.
Yeah, so that explains a lot.
You know, and Tommy works in the office, so, you know.
Well, there's the big talk about a lot of the internet fans is the upcoming ECW One Night Stand pay-per-view that the WWE is putting on. Two questions for this one. Number one, do you think it'll be as authentic as the old ECW product? And number two, have you been contacted to be a part of this event?
Oh, boy. Number one, I don't think it'll be authentic unless you have every single person on the roster involved. Which is not going to happen because I don't think they are going to use TNA guys. A lot of the guys in ECW work for TNA. So I don't think that it will have the same feeling. I think because of the success of the DVD, they're trying it to see what it'll generate. And they still have a lot of the ECW guys, but the problem with that is they have WWE personas now.
Yeah, like Nova.
Yeah, it's like, you know, he's not going to come out as his fitness character on an ECW pay-per-view.
Right.
So, you know, there's pluses and minuses to it, I think, and, you know, you're just going to have to wait and see what the final product is. I have talked to somebody, but, you know, all I can say is never say never. But, you know, nothing has been signed or anything. I am actually working Shane Douglas's show.
Yes, that's actually our next question.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, it's fine. Erik, you want to jump to that?
Oh, well, I was just, I thought you made a great point because, I mean, they've buried a lot of these guys that they're going to put on the pay-per-view, like Rhino, Absolute Monster, in ECW, and they're just...
Right.
He was the last ECW champion, and now, you know, he's being
buried on Heat. I mean,
right.
Well, I don't watch their product, but I mean, it's a known fact that a lot of our guys have been like jobber to the stars, so to speak. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but that's the way it's come off. So then if you're going to pull them out and then make them look like a monster for one night and then bring them back to your show and then put them back in the, in the position that they were before, it's like, what does that really do for them?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how they're going to run it. I mean, I hope it is successful because, there's a lot of people that I like that work there, but I guess we're just going to have to wait and see the direction that they go. I'm not against the idea. Don't think it's not that I'm against it. I just think that there's a lot of important people, just like the DVD that were left off the DVD. A lot of people are going to be left off this pay-per-view, and it's unfortunate.
And when you watch something like ECW, I mean, I remember it used to be on 2 in the morning in New Jersey where I was, and I'd sit up there 2 in the morning to watch it. There was a renegade spirit about that, and I don't know if WWE owned ECW product can reinvent that renegade spirit that it had.
I think people are hoping, because I mean, to this day I still go to shows and people are still chanting ECW at me.
Right.
So I think there is, there is a want for the company to come back. But like they were saying for forever, Vince is going to have an ECW brand extension, and it's going to be like the Ohio Valley and blah 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 blah. And I'm thinking to myself, well, yeah, okay, they can call it ECW, but will it really be ECW?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't know. There's a lot of good people that made a difference and that are not included. And I think that's going to be the ultimate setback there. If you want to, get the glory days back, you have to get the people who were on top.
Right.
A lot of people that were on top are not included. So.
Right.
But I wish them well.
Well, recently, you said you didn't watch WWE, but recently they brought on a lot of divas, as they call them, who have really no background in the wrestling industry, and a lot of them seemingly have a hard time doing tasks such as asking people how they're doing after matches. And it seems like there's been a lot of real wrestling women that have been pushed to the wayside for these. And a lot of people have emailed both of us, I believe, saying what a great addition you'd be to the WWE product as an actual woman who's been around wrestling. Has the WWE? Do you ever have any plans to ever try to go there, or any desire?
No.
That's a simple answer. Well,
no, I have never. I don't want to work there. I have no aspirations to work there. I'm very happy doing what I'm doing, and that's it. I mean, if I could have worked the ECW pay-per-view, it would have been a one-shot deal. I wouldn't try to get a contract or anything because I do not want to work for the WWE.
Well, you mentioned a couple of minutes ago that you're going to be part of Shane Douglas's version of the show. We had Shane Douglas on the show about a year ago, and I believe his exact quote was, and don't get offended by this, "I hate her."
Right.
Have you guys patched things up?
I'm not going to say that we patched things up, but he just is using his, his mind in a business aspect, and he knows that I was important to the company, and that I should be a part of it. So I'm a part of it.
Based on what I'm seeing, it looks like that one might actually have more of the authentic feel that you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. And
because I mean, you can't have an ECW show without Raven or Jerry Lynn.
I hear WWE just stole the Sandman from Shane, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't hear that.
Huh. I mean,
I didn't know you. What, are you only allowed to work one show and not the other?
I have no idea.
I don't know if Vince would want him, if he'd want to hurt you.
The way I've heard it, and this is what I've been told by a couple people that I've talked to about it, they've said that what they're doing is they're pretty much offering 2-week contracts, and you're allowed to work both shows, but if you get hurt, you don't get paid, obviously. So it's pretty much like you can do it, but it's at your own risk.
Right.
Right.
Well, I don't see any of the boys not taking a double payday.
Right.
I just heard that if you work for TNA, you're pretty much not going to work on Vince's pay-per-view. So I could be wrong in that aspect too. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm not sure what their contracts are like either, or if they even have contracts, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know I was contacted for Shane's. Went over through a few things, heard the lineup, and I'm really, really happy to be a part of it. So I'm looking forward to it.
Your website is up, and it looks tremendous.
Oh, thank you.
Well, you're welcome. And we all want to know how and you and Missy got together to work on this project.
Well, over a year ago, I saw her down in Texas at WrestleCon, and we got to talking because I knew her from ECW, but I hadn't seen her for a while. And she had contacted me before about doing Vixens, but that's not the type of thing that I wanted to do. So she was telling me that she had this new concept for a reality website, and would I, want to do something with her. And I said, yeah, we'll talk about it later. And then, we just started talking about it, and I just kept throwing ideas at her, and we just became partners on it. And after 2 failed attempts at webmasters, we finally struck gold with the girl DJ who does my site, and she just redid everything, and it's wonderful now. So we've added so many features, and it's really good. I'm really happy with it.
Missy's been on so many times, and she's always been giving us the updates on the site. So I take it that DJ is going to be a more long-term webmaster than the others have been?
Oh, DJ's, yeah, this is it.
Right.
This is it. All right, let's put it this way. The last guy we had took about 3 months to put the site up. DJ had it done in 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it looks a million times better than the last site. So, I mean, I tell her to do something, she does it within an hour. She's wonderful.
That's tremendous.
Yeah. So.
Well, on the Christmas edition, we had Missy on, and she mentioned that she was trying to convince you to show a little more skin than you were known for showing. Has she convinced you?
Not really.
Okay.
She's always like, why don't you show a nip? And I'm like, get out of my face. Because I told her, I said, before we decided to be partners on this, I said, look, you know what I do and what I don't do. And she's like, yeah, but you can't blame me for trying. So, I mean, I've been more provocative, let's say that. But I will be upfront and honest with everybody. I don't do full nudes. I've never done them. I never will.
Well, I actually
don't.
If I can actually say something, I just want to say that I actually respect you more for doing that than giving yourself away per se.
Oh, well, I appreciate it, but I mean, it's I don't knock people for doing it, but it's not something that I personally want to do.
Yeah.
It's just not me. And if you are comfortable with that, then God bless you, go do it. But I am just not comfortable with that, so I don't do it. But I mean, I take very sexy shots. We have guest models. I mean, we just had Malaya Hisaka, and she just did a shoot for us. And I mean, she didn't do nudes either, but she took very nice pictures. And I'm trying to make it a nice site that my fans will come to. And I've gotten knocked for working with Missy, and like Missy's one of my best friends. She's a nice person. All
Absolutely.
These people that talk about her don't know her.
Right.
Yeah.
And she's very upfront with her past. It's like, how can you knock somebody? I mean, if she lied about it, I'd be like, oh, she's so stupid. But she doesn't lie about anything. She's upfront. She's honest. That's Missy. If you don't like it, don't look at her stuff.
Right.
And I tell my fans the same thing, and some of her fans might not like me. Well, then you go to the site to see Missy.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We try to offer something for everybody. I've been doing chats. I do them every Monday night. I sit in that chat room for 3 hours with everybody. We have a good time in there. I just got a webcam. We're going to start doing web chats. We have audio updates. We have auctions. We have contests. We have new pictures updated 3 times a week. There's so much going on there. We're just trying to make everybody happy. And, all I ask is for people to come and check out the site and give us a try. If you don't like it, you can always cancel.
Right, and I've been checking out the site for a little while now, and I actually have to say that I'm pretty impressed with the changes. I mean, everything has been good, and for those who aren't just, and it's not just for males, too. I do want to point that out. There are the sexy pictures for the males, but there also is the videos and such for the female fans that you might have and such. So, I mean, it's not just it's not just for adult males, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
No, not at all. And the videos are just the funniest things ever because, like, I just taped myself at Disneyland. And I taped myself on this ride, and I looked like the biggest idiot because I started to cry because I was so scared. And I watched the tape back, and it's actually really funny. I mean, we tape ourselves in the worst situations. We're not all glammed up. You see us every day. And, if you're a fan of me or a fan of Missy, there's so much more than just the pictures. And that's why I stay in the chat room for 3 hours, and I just try to make everybody happy, and I want everybody to get their money for it. It's only $9.95 for a month.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think we offer, I mean, I've been to other people's sites who offer a lot less and charge a lot more.
Yeah.
And for under $10 a month, I think we give them a lot of options. And there's a lot of different stuff on there. So, you know, all I ask for them is to come and take a tour and check it out.
Did Missy actually say nip?
Yes.
Wow.
Like, come on, show a nip. And I'm like, shut up. Get away from me. I love her. I mean, she's, like I said, she's one of my best friends. And, you know, we get along great. I've never had a problem with her. And, you know, we're just trying to, you know, make a little bit of money and make people happy. So.
Yeah.
With Missy, what you see is what you get. That's pretty much it.
That's it. And she doesn't try to, you know, cover up anything. And it's like, you know, people talk about her all the time. I'm like, don't talk about her. You don't even know her. You know, she's a genuinely nice person. She has a good heart, and she's funny, and I get along with her, and that's all I need to know.
She was on the show so many times. I used to have an ex-partner that I did the show with. He actually thought she was taking over. She was on so often. She was just so generous with her time.
Over. She'll push you right out of there. She'll push you right out of there, I'm telling you. That's how she works. She's
a lot of fun, though. I mean,
she's a great girl, and you know, we're having a good time, and, you know, everything's going good so far. So. And
once again, that website address is?
It's www.MissyHyattandFrancineTV.com. And Missy and I are also doing something with Carmen Electra coming up. She wanted me to plug that as well.
Is that going to be on the website?
No. I think they're in talks with a pay-per-view company. So we're going to be doing something with Carmen Electra in the future. So we'll have.
This isn't that Ultimate Fighting thing she was speaking about, is it?
I don't think we're going to be Ultimate Fighting, no.
Missy said she was...
Was this the, like, didn't she have, like, a nude wrestling thing a while ago?
Yeah, but I think it's going to be different than that product.
Maybe more subdued.
But I know Carmen Electra's involved in it, and I was contacted to be a part of it, so, you know, we're going to see how it progresses. I don't want to say too much because it's still in the beginning stages, but it's definitely going to happen down the line, and, you know, her and I are definitely going to be a part of it, so.
All right, we always do this, but we never learn, and I know you hate doing these, but would you mind if we give you a couple of word associations?
Oh, no, I don't like these.
I don't think there's any guest that actually has liked them. Rob Van Dam.
I hate it.
Yeah, Rob Van Dam was like, I hate doing these things.
Oh, you don't know how much I hate it.
There's only like
three. I know the names. No, I know exactly who you're going to say, and it's like... I
only have three names, and believe it or not, there's only one that you might not like, so...
I don't like any of them. Do I have to do it?
We're not going to force you.
I suck. No, I don't want to play name game, whatever you call it. All right, go ahead. This is so good.
All right, Erik, take it.
All right, Tommy Dreamer.
Nothing against them. I have nothing against them.
Okay.
Missy Hyatt.
I love her.
And the last one is, of course, Paul Heyman.
Haven't talked to Paul in forever, but he gave me my break, and for that I thank him.
Okay. Well, we can't thank you enough for joining us. And again, check out www.MissyHyattandFrancineTV.com. I have a link up on the website promoting it. I actually do think it's a good site. I don't BS people when I put things over, so I really think it's good, and I think people should check it out.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and thank you for having me on. And, you know, if you ever need anything in the future, let me know.
All right. Stay tuned for more from the interactive interview.
Hey, everybody out there, this is the franchise, Shane Douglas, telling you that when you want the lowdown, the best, the very bottom line of professional wrestling information, you got to listen right here. Interactive interview.
Welcome back to the interactive interview on KASC, the Blaze 1260 AM. Of course, this is the internet version of the show, but I'm doing my best to promote the live version, which you can hear by checking out WrestlingEpicenter.com and following the easy-to-follow links. Mr. Sonalsi?
I couldn't hear it.
Why not?
I tried it the other day. It said it was not connecting. It says, make sure you're connected to the internet. I said, I am connected to the internet.
What program are you using?
I was using, like, Real Player, Windows Media.
Well, you don't want to use Windows Media or Real Player for this one. You're going to have either Winamp or... There's 3 programs listed for both the Macintosh...
QuickTime one of them?
What'd you say?
Is QuickTime one of them?
It might be. But there's there's 3 programs listed on the Blaze website, which is linked on the website right now. And if you click there, it'll give you suggested programs. I'll tell you the truth, I had it on in my room when I recorded it.
Yeah.
Just to have it. And I had it on in my room through the program Music Match, which is a freeware program that you can get on download.
I have that.
That's the best way to open it because it plays clearly, very clearly. And I just connected it to my computer and recorded it. It came out okay. But anyway, going back to, we just got off the phone with the icon of ECW in many ways, especially for the females, Francine.
Yeah, especially for super hotness.
Oh yes, well, that's very true. I mean, and I said this on the interview, and I don't know if it came off properly, but what I'm trying to say is I actually appreciate the fact that I'll never see her naked. It's because it kind of is a disappointment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you ever, like, seen a model or an actress, and then eventually they pose for something, and then you look and it's kind of like,
yeah,
I was better off.
I can't take off his mask if I can be a complete nerd.
Man, because you could have really gotten off just not knowing what was under the mask, right?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, well, and by the way, it wasn't on Raw.
He wasn't on Raw. And if I'm not mistaken, who else wasn't on Raw?
Well, Randy didn't even get near the ring.
No, and I had the idea at the studio, and I was getting into this conversation. I got into a debate with Chuck, who's the on-air production assistant.
He's the third member of our crew.
Yes, he is, but he's mostly there for production purposes.
You know what I felt like? How I was brought on that show?
How?
You know when you watch ESPN, like if they're doing something with football, and they're like, oh, we're now introducing ESPN football analyst John Clayton, and then they're like, John, what are you thinking? You're like, well, the Seahawks. That's what I felt like because you brought me in for the Raw segment, and then...
Yeah, well, we're going to keep bringing you in every week that you're available. I mean,
okay, yeah.
That's something that I had to negotiate with him, and I said to him, you know, this guy, he does a great job. We have good chemistry, and I think... I said, a lot of the people that will be listening to the live version are going to be people that listen to us on the internet already. So they're going to want to hear him on. And I'm trying to explain it to him, and eventually it went through. I mean, it wasn't that big of a fight. The bigger fight is about the length of the interviews, which I think what we're going to do, and I'm just being honest with you guys here, and I'm going to be totally shoot with you. The situation as it is they want to cut the interviews down to no more than 10 minutes, and I personally think that is utterly impossible, and it would cut so much good content out of the interviews. So what I'm going to do...
Well, at least we have something on the show that they don't have.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what else would be good, is we could run the full audio interview on the internet show. And if they want to trim the other ones down, they can do it, but it'll have to be 15 to 20 minutes will be the way I negotiate it.
That's fair.
I mean, they can do that, but I'll air the full ones on the internet, so don't think that we're going to shortchange you on the internet interview content. I mean, if you expect long...
Oh, no, you're getting the full deal here.
Nope. You get around the world for $50. Where did I hear that before? No. Let's not talk about that. I think it was 42nd Street.
Anyway, I think
not since Rudy was in charge. No, just kidding.
I don't. Good mayor.
Yes.
But I like Rudy.
Which is surprising.
No, he's a liberal Republican. But
well, the term is moderate, but yes, I agree with you.
I think Randy actually wasn't physically at Raw. I think that was a tape vignette because I think he's going to be on SmackDown this week to challenge the dead man.
Well, that's very possible. I haven't seen the spoilers for SmackDown. I try to make a conscious effort not to read the spoilers because if I do watch the show, I don't want to know what's going to happen because it really kills it. And that's what
I think I'm actually going to watch this week. Well, no, I think I got going to a movie. I'm not sure.
You know what really annoys me though is I get Raw on delay.
Yeah, so people, I am you and I call you.
I get Raw on delay. I get it at 10 o'clock. I get it at 10 o'clock at night, my time, which is midnight everybody else's time.
So I call James at, I think 6 his time, and I'm like, Hogan's in the Hall of Fame! And he's like, what? Yeah, actually...
Yeah, but I have to admit...
Your exact expression was, Hogan!
I think it might have been.
It was the highest pitched thing I've ever heard you say.
Well, I marked out. I mean, you should have seen it, though. When that thing was announced... You know the sound your instant messenger makes when you get an IM from an unidentified source? It goes bloop, bloop, bloop. It started going bloop, 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 bloop. And I was like, what the hell's going on? The phone rang, and I was like, what's going on? And I pick up, and everybody was just saying...
Creepy. It's like Poltergeist.
Everybody was like, Hogan! And I'm like, what? It gave me... I will be honest with you. It actually gave me chills when I had the TV on, watching when they started playing the Real American theme. I was like, ooh, this is going to be good.
Well, I guess we should talk about Raw from top to bottom. Triple H starts off with, if anybody else gave that interview, it would have been great. Triple H is just a standard interview. He kind of, the only problem with Triple H's interviews is he'll say, "Let me remind you who I am," and then for the next 5 minutes you know where he's going. But destroying the Hurricane, I like Shane Helms, but I think it was needed to make Triple H look even more, I guess, evil and
Well, the fact is Shane Helms is not going to be anything in the WWE. He should be on... What'd you say?
He's not anything they're going to invest in.
No, he should be on SmackDown. He and Tajiri should be on SmackDown.
Do you remember the last episode of WCW when he came out with with all the chicks and the crowd went crazy?
Well, he was, Shawn Michaels Jr. sort of.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, he had the Shawn Michaels. It was kind of the Shawn Michaels' gimmick, and he had a cool finisher. That vertebraker thing looks like it kills him.
He had so many ones. He had the Nightmare on Helm Street,
which is what, the Showstopper or whatever the.
Yeah, it's like that final cut move, whatever it is. And then he had the vertebraker, which looked like it killed you. And then WWE's like, no vertebraker. He
only did it once in the WWE, and guess who he did it to? Trivia question.
Game?
No.
Ric Flair?
You'd never guess who it is.
Rico?
Nope.
Suave? I don't know.
AJ Styles.
In the WWE? Oh, it was on a Velocity.
Yeah, he did it once on Velocity. He gave it to AJ Styles, and I think that was the only time he used it in the WWE.
They do make stuff like that.
Right, because AJ's talented enough, and that's not a shot at anybody else. That's just that AJ
is the best independent worker out there, or non-WWE worker.
Right. I don't know how I feel about saying the word independent when I discuss TNA. I've kind of.
I say non-WWE because I think.
One can make the case it's an indie.
It's pretty much the LeBron James of wrestling. I mean, there are a lot of talented people out there, but nobody's even near this guy.
Yeah.
He's got it all, except size, and that's not even a big deal.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing that WWE might not like him for because he's not huge.
The thing is, he wrestles like he knows he's small, so that he's like, he's going to do moves that make sense. He's not like going to do what Dallas or Lance Hoyt doesn't do, a moonsault. He's going to do stuff that makes sense to his character and the way his body is structured. The only knock I ever had on AJ was his mic skills, and he's improving them, day by day.
He is comfortable behind the mic. It's just the southern drawl that he has to get over.
Yeah, but
and I don't think he can get rid of it, but I think he has to find a way to make it work.
Over it, and so will AJ, I think.
He just has to find a way to make it work. That's work for him, Because a lot of people associate Southern accent with wife beaters, so Jeff Jarrett went ahead and did the entire damn "don't piss me off" gimmick.
Say what you will about that angle. That got some serious heat, and it was probably some of the most compelling television the Intercontinental title had that year.
I had that T-shirt, "Don't piss me off."
Yeah.
That was cool. I also had the Slapnut shirt.
Okay, so Triple H destroys Helms. What happened next?
Was that the incredibly fan-oriented Shelton Benjamin Intercontinental title defense?
Yes. Or he beat Snitsky for some reason.
He beat Snitsky cleanly, but the way he did it, he hit the Stinger Splash, and there seemed to be, and I know it was probably only about 5 seconds, but for some reason when the momentum is supposed to be high, it feels like about 6 years. Yeah. And then he hits the T-bone on him, and he hooks the leg, and the crowd is just like, okay.
I said it before, and this is not a knock against Shelton, just because the guy I'm comparing him to is just so incredible. I think he's a poor man's Sting.
I think he just needs to maybe not do the Stinger Splash then. Because nobody can do it.
That does remind me of him. I just think, he's not as good as Sting. And you know what? And people call me and they say, yeah, did Sting have the amateur credentials? No, but Sting had better power. I mean,
he was stronger.
Charisma.
And he was definitely more charismatic.
He had a better look, and he just had a better gimmick and everything. And Shelton copies that now, and he just doesn't do it nearly as well. Because and I will say this, I do not like Ric Flair, but Flair versus Sting would always tear down the house.
Right.
And I will say that about.
Well, that's because you had for some reason, they always had a good chemistry, a really good chemistry. I mean,
remember the coolest thing though was when Flair would chop Sting down and have his while he was holding his hand like in a grip,
right.
and Sting would do the kip up and be like, give it to me again, and then Flair would do it again and he'd do the kip up and it'd be just as he fell down, and you're just like, man, this guy's incredible. And Shelton does that; he just doesn't give off the same energy. Plus Sting gets in your face, and when Sting gets in your face and is screaming at you, for some reason, it just carries through. Yeah. You're just like, yeah, get him. It's like Hogan when he hulks up. Yeah. You want to see, you can't help when you see Hogan hulking up. You can't help marking out, and when he throws a punch, chanting either "whoo" or 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and then and I always rag on Sting for two reasons, and that's number one, he was never a great champion. Not his fault, just a lot of bad booking, and some people just aren't great champions. Undertaker, fantastic talent, not a great champion. And another thing is Sting was never, he never committed to that heel turn, and I think that would have made him more complete.
That would have been the capping of a really fantastic career that probably would have propelled him into the top 10 of all time. And
he's still in the top 30.
Yes, but I think he would have been easily in the top 10 had that actually gone all the way.
I mean, the guy was involved in...
But, I mean, he turned at full brawl, and by Halloween Havoc, he was pretty much back to face again.
Yeah. So we go back... so Shelton Benjamin, I think... The writing team needs to reevaluate that character and give us something to care about there, because there's not much to get us emotionally invested in the matches.
Those promos they did when they said he was from the streets, I don't think people bought it.
I don't think, Shelton looks to me like he got straight
Ivy League.
Yeah,
I could see him coming out like wearing a Letterman jacket or something.
Yeah, I could too. I don't buy it. I agree with you 100% on that. I also, I think Shelton needs to do it, and this is, people don't seem to understand. Snitsky's not going to do anything he can't do. I think Shelton needs to take a lesson from that, because he's missed that little spin kick he does. I don't know if Shelton can do that move. I think Shelton needs to play it a little safer, because when he barely glazed Maven, and Maven's not a guy that can carry you to a great match, but he did that kick where he where he pretty much missed Maven, and
JR made the call, kind of grazed it with the kick there, and when they did the throwback the next week, whatever it was, and now the WWE Rewind, I guess it's called. They had to cut the part where JR said that out because they thought it made it look weak, which it frankly did.
Well, still, anybody could see that he didn't make contact with his head, and, that hurts matches. Say what you will about the guy's amateur talents, but you need to make...
I will give Maven credit, though. He didn't go down to it. He just kind of fell into the ropes, and I think that was the right way to sell that, because he clearly wouldn't have knocked him out.
Yeah. Let's see, we had Jericho versus
Simon Dean. It was not a squash match, actually. They actually let Simon get a little bit of offense in. Very little.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he wrestled Maven for some reason.
Was that? Maybe he did.
No, I think it was Simon, because because for some reason JR, who never wants to admit that there's any, who always wants to keep everything with parity, everybody on the same level, says, no disrespect to Simon, but it could be an upset if he beats Chris Jericho. Could be if he beats a guy who's main event of WrestleMania and held the first world championship versus a guy who's just getting started. It could be an upset, JR. I mean, come on. This is like when he says, when it was Triple H wrestling Spike Dudley, he's like, I think Triple H might have the power advantage. Not sarcastically. He was actually thinking that Triple H might have the power advantage. That kind of stuff really makes me angry. Somebody's going to be faster in that ring. Somebody's going to be stronger. Somebody's going to be a bigger superstar. You have to acknowledge that. You cannot lie about it just to protect characters.
I tend to agree with that. I think we tend to agree on a lot of things, and I think that shined through on the live broadcasts on KASC, the Blaze 1260, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, come the summer months. No, we're not. But the summer months will be at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as the time zones change. I will keep you abrupt of these changes through the website. What was next on Raw? I think we could speed this up a little bit.
We are. Chris Masters hurting people.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel. I'm willing to give him a chance, but when I see the character, I don't know why, I just flip back to like Mantar and TL Hopper and all those stupid gimmicks.
Yeah, and apparently really pasted Richard. So they just hope the guy doesn't hurt too many people. I mean, there's pro wrestling, not...
Put him in the ring with Triple H, you would see how long he lasts,
Yeah.
He hits Triple H once.
Triple H has got it right, though. You cannot hurt somebody in that ring.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, this is, once again, I'm not saying you get...
Well, here's the thing.
You can't be a wuss to go in that ring, but it's professional wrestling. Keyword.
I mean, and that's,
Bret Hart.
That's Bret Hart. That you never hurt somebody.
Benoit.
And that very well may be why when you see some guys against Triple H, you never see them at that level again. Because I think he might be the guy, and this is something the internet might not like to hear, that's seeing if they can handle. If they can handle their load at that level.
And I want to say something, because somebody hears me say, Chris Benoit might say, oh, but he broke Taz's neck, or Sabu's neck, or whoever. Yes, he did, but Benoit has never hurt anybody since.
That was an accident, and that was a freak accident. Plus, it was Sabu, who's a danger in the ring.
Yeah, and Sabu, Benoit has done nothing but be a very safe, cautious, professional man after that. So next,
I don't think and it was just a backdrop that went awry.
Yeah, I want to actually talk about one match real quick because I think the finish screwed up. It was the Benoit Muhammad Hassan match.
I think he got him with the whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, any idiot could see. I mean, my 12-year-old sister was watching, and she said. She's like, I don't think he hit him at all. And, I mean, anybody can see that, JR. And luckily, I'm pretty sure either Muhammad Hassan or Benoit, one of them whispered in the ear, said, we got to kick out, we got to end this a different way. Because I think that was the finish. I think Muhammad Hassan was...
They did that finish quite a few times with Benoit. Usually it involved the championship belt. I think they did it with Jericho. I know they did it with David Flair once. It's just...
I think that was the finish.
You just have to hold the thing up and let him fly into it, but you can't hold it up stiffly. You have to hold your arm up, and when he hits it, let it go down with him, so it doesn't knock his ass out for real.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. They actually did that finish. I can't remember if Benoit did it to Jericho or Jericho did it to Benoit at Backlash 2000.
I think it was Jericho did it to Benoit, and Benoit was pretty bloody afterwards.
Yeah, that was a good match. That was actually a good card.
Oh yeah.
Even though Austin came out 10,000 pounds heavier.
Yeah. Wide load, Steve Austin.
Yeah, that was. I don't know.
Yep.
Since that was a poor year for WWE pay-per-views. I'd say that was one of the best of that year. What else happened? We had the Batista slamming Ric Flair, setting up Batista versus Flair next week. That brings up the question, James: is Ric Flair going to defect from Triple H?
It would be an interesting thing to see if they could do that. I think if they did, though, they'd be running the risk, and this would be good for me, but not for a lot of other people, of leaving Flair with a situation where he has one last run against Triple H, and then he's gone.
Well, my original idea, if you remember, was Orton versus Edge in the main event for the title, and then Flair versus Triple H in a match where Flair loses, he retires, and then they can put on a hell of a show. Because...
Right.
I think Triple H will really make that work.
Flair cannot do the matches that he once did, and Triple H will work circles with the
when he carried a guy with
one leg. Right. I mean, I look at that match, and not many people talk about it, but I do, and I think that was a tremendous one.
We're referencing Taboo Tuesday, of course. The main event, I enjoyed, and I think on the radio, Chuck made a good point, though, about the finish, and I also made a point about the finish. I like the match a lot, maybe because I haven't seen a hardcore match in a while,
yes.
But as far as the finish, and as I said before, I'm a huge Shawn Michaels fan, favorite wrestler ever. I don't see the need of Shawn constantly going over guys that have beat him in the past just so he gets that win. Shawn does it, Hogan does it, Hunter does it, they all do it. I think sometimes you need to say, let's do what's right for the business. Shawn didn't need to win that match. Fantastic performer, and great performance, but he didn't need to win that match.
Did not need to win the match. I think it hurts Edge more than anything, and the only logical... And it doesn't help Michaels. The only logical step to go now with that match, or with Edge now, would probably be to stick him in a ladder match, and that's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate, because this is a guy, as you pointed out, was in the winter, neck and neck with Triple H for top heel.
I mean, look at that match that they had. It was Benoit, Edge, and Triple H, and I could not tell you who was the bigger heel. I mean, that's when they lost the belt.
Actually, Edge. I mean, as far as fan reaction, Edge might get the bigger booze at this point.
Right.
And I think he's phenomenal in his role, as you said. It looks like his eyes are going to pop out of his head. He is playing that to the hilt. He is doing everything they ask. There comes a time where you need to say, Hunter, you're going to need to do what we need you the most. We need you to make some new stars. We know you're talented. We know you can do it. We're gonna give the ball to Edge and let him run with it, because the guys like, as you point out, Batista's in his mid to late 30s. Orton and Edge and even possibly Jericho, he's only about 32, are the future of this company.
Yeah.
I mean, would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, they could do things. They could do things with them. The problem that I'm having, and I made this point many months ago when Day of Reckoning came out for Nintendo 64, the marquee guys on that game were Triple H, Randy Orton, and Trish Stratus. And when you go back 2 games prior to that, you had Hogan, Rock, and Stone Cold on the cover. So, I mean, that's just like an indication of where the star power has gone.
Yeah, and it's, as you said, I mean, I have no problem with Triple H, as I will never deny his talent, but I will say that, and if you guys are members of the Elite, you can go listen to Dave Shearer's hotline, I mean his one no-name show, wherever he says it. They need to put Triple H in the 1A position and help him make some stars, because that's where Triple H is going to be the most needed, because guess what? I mean, Hunter goes around backstage and says, I'm the biggest guy, and I'm the most famous guy, I'm the number one guy in this company. Absolutely right, Hunter. You are the number one guy. So you're the only person who can go out there and make those stars. It is on your shoulders to do this. I mean, I think Vince, I mean, I know Vince is out with the quad, but I think, and this is not disrespectful, it's just, something that he needs to do. He needs to make some bigger stars.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not criticizing the man at all. I'm just saying, drop the title, go down for maybe a year, see how many, have a competition with yourself, see how many stars you can build, because I know he can make a lot of guys.
Yes, sir. And I mean, he'd still have to be heel, though, because he's not a good face.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. And guess what? Then he can go back at some point
and be the 79-time world heavyweight champion. So that's fine. But in between, give some other people a chance and see how they do with it.
Yeah.
And I have no trouble with Triple H being world champion. I just think that he should just take a break for a little while.
Yeah, and I think he's going to get to the point in his life where he says, am I going to be a performer or am I going to be a booker? Because I think when bookers are wrestlers and wrestlers are bookers, roles get confused.
Yeah, but I think he's got about 10 more years of value left in him, actually, in terms of what he could do.
47, right?
Yeah, he's 36 now, so let him go ahead and go in the ring and see what he can see. I mean, he can.
The thing is, I don't have any.
He doesn't seem like he's going to be one of the guys that get old looking.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to stay pretty young, pretty long. I think his body will give out in about 10 years. So,
by the way, Triple H is going to tie Shawn Michaels and with this rest. If this is the main event, which I think it will be, he will tie Shawn Michaels and The Rock for second most main events behind, of course, Hulk Hogan.
Wow.
Yep, with 4.
And how many did Hogan have?
Hogan had 6, I believe, 6 or 7.
Arguably.
Let's see. Let's go here.
1, 2, 3,
5, 6,
7, 8, and
9,
and arguably 9.
18.
And 18.
So that's 9.
9. Wow.
No, I mean 18 was a double main event.
Right.
You count those. We count.
And
Shawn.
the Hogan McMahon one probably should have been the main event, but to be fair, it wasn't.
I mean, I think had Angle and Lesnar performed properly, and Lesnar had not been an idiot,
right,
it should have been the main event, because I mean,
it's the world title.
About the wrestler. It's always about the wrestlers and the world title, not about a promoter and a guy who frankly wouldn't be with the company much longer.
I don't think they knew that, though. I think we knew that more than they did.
I meant with Lesnar and I meant with Vince and Hogan.
Right, but I mean, I don't think they knew that as much as the fans did, because you could see the writing on the wall that they were going to have problems.
Well, here's the thing. You need to with Hogan and Vince, I think it benefits from the slot they had, because if they didn't, then the expectations would have been higher. I think with the expectations being where they were, they really took advantage of it in a good way, obviously.
Yep. Well, this has been a pretty good recap, and believe it or not, this is not the end of the show. We are going to be joined. We got Adam Ryland, who's got the new game Wrestling Spirit. You can check out a link to the website on our main page later on.
Can I say something about the game?
No. Go ahead.
Big news with Adam Ryland, as we announced in the past. Adam Ryland, very thankful for not only giving me a copy to play, that I will have a review up on the website.
I guess you could say it's time to play the game.
I guess you can say you've got no career in stand-up, but no.
Adam Ryland will be giving us a copy to give to one of you.
And I also received, I want to point this out today, I also received 3 free copies of Jimmy Hart's book today, which should probably be the first of a couple sets of books that I'll be getting.
Yeah, we're going to be having a lot of giveaways, and you're not even going to be allowed to enter into these giveaways until you're on the forums. Yep. It's just to get these forums popping. I haven't even been very active on the forums lately, but I will. If you're on the forums, guys like RSBH, Lloyd Mark Williams, right?
Yes,
guys like that.
Wicked Child, who's now a new member, and a new guy that I apologize for not mentioning your name on the air. I just can't remember what your name is. But you've done a fantastic job, all you 4 guys.
If we know your name,
right?
I'll say it right now, we're going to be biased to the people we know. So get on the forums, talk, join the community. You can get free stuff by just posting your opinions, no matter how stupid. Or no, just kidding. That's all you have to do is just tell us how you think of the show, of wrestling. And we're probably going to have a contest. But if you've been listening to the show but you've never posted, and then they'll be like, oh, who are we going to pick? This guy we never heard of who's not on the forums, or RSBH? I think we know who we're going to pick. And our most loyal members and our most outspoken members will be getting the stuff because it's really only fair. So
and hopefully. And not only will we be giving you prizes, but I'm hopefully going to figure out exactly how to open this chat room up when we're live on the air. And I would like you to be the moderator of the chat room because I don't know if I'll be able to be in there personally while I'm at the studio. But I'd like you to keep moderating the forums and let me know what people are thinking and saying live. What?
Me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And I would like you to let us know. And when you're on the live show, I'd like you to tell us, give us an update what the forums are thinking of the show. Because there is a forums for the Blaze website.
Don't use them.
But they're not very good.
Use ours.
Ours are better. Yes. Stay tuned for Adam Ryland, and believe it or not, in this next one, he's the first guest out of literally 2 years. It's actually been over 2 years since we started this show.
Can we announce an upcoming guest right now so people know what's coming up?
Sure, but I just want to make this point here. It's actually been 2 years since we've been doing this show, a little bit over 2 years actually. For the first time, the guest actually picks the ending song.
Hey, this is Chris Jericho of Fozzy, and you're listening to the interactive interview. And remember, we are huge rock stars.
On WrestlingEpicenter.com, this is James Walsh, joined as always by Erik Clancy, and our very special guest, returning for the second time, Adam Ryland. Adam, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Yourself?
Doing real well. It's good to have you back on. Last time we had John, you were promoting, I believe, Extreme Warfare?
Total Extreme Wrestling, yeah, we changed the name.
Why'd you change the name?
Because there's another game out called Total War. They slightly objected to us having a similar name, so we changed it.
Did you ever run into any difficulties from, for example, the WWE or somebody like that for using an ECW title that actually one of their videos is called?
No, not. They had slight problems to begin with because they thought one of the old games, when we used to use real names, they got me too confused and thought we were still promoting using their names. So we got that cleared up.
Okay, cool. Mr. Clancy?
All right. Yeah. All right, Adam. You've always done promoter sims ever since Extreme Warfare came out to Total Extreme Wrestling. You've always done promoter sims, and just recently you released an incredible game for all our listeners out there called Wrestling Spirit from Rookie to Legend. How different for you was it to program a career sim as opposed to a promotion sim?
Well, in terms of the actual coding, it wasn't that different, but it was kind of like a breath of fresh air to be doing something different, because it's been like 8 years of promoter sims. So to take a different slant on wrestling, that actually gave me a bit more impetus to do something new, get some new ideas going.
Were there any challenges in marketing or any doubts that you had about the audience might not accept a career sim as they've really never had one from you before? Any?
Well, there's hardly any at all. I mean, there's one called Edge of Survival Wrestling.
Yes.
That's been out for a while now. That's relatively popular. But there was kind of the doubt in the back of your mind that this might not sell as well because it's not what I'm known for.
Yeah.
But I think once people saw it and saw what we'd got done with it, all our fears went.
A lot of people, including myself, bought Total Extreme Wrestling, had a lot of fun with it, and wanted more. Will we see a follow-up to TEW anytime in the future? And if so, what time do you think we'll see that in?
Well, your timing's excellent because just yesterday we announced Total Extreme Wrestling 2005 will be coming out, and that'll be the summer of this year.
Wow. All right, good news. Well, you've tried the promoter sims. You've just tried the career sim. Is there going to be any other type of wrestling simulator, any other variations that you might try in the future?
I was thinking about that. The only one left to do, I think, is arcade, so but that's a bit out of my league because you kind of need a big team of graphics artists and stuff to do that.
Yeah.
That's the one area left. I don't think I can really go into that.
Yeah.
Besides, which you could feed with SmackDown series then.
Yeah.
And that would require...
I think that's definitely
that will require pretty much a really good machine behind you in terms of getting the booking, people to put the money forth to hire the team that would be required to make the game, right?
Yeah, it would require much more than just me.
Right.
Yeah, and there's really, when you think about it, these games are pretty much like the WWE of the simulators. There's no games. Promotion Wars went down a long time ago. There's nobody really competing with you, so I think you're in pretty much a safe market as far as, being the top dog in that situation, so I don't see why you'd go to a different format like that.
Well, if you think about it, there's only actually 2 wrestling titles at the moment, SmackDown and Total Extreme Wrestling. So you think about Christmas, it was SmackDown versus Wrestling Spirit as the number 1 and 2 game.
Well, of course, there was Legends of Wrestling before that company went completely bankrupt.
Yeah.
Well, Spirit's do a fantastic game. I play it every day. It's so addicting. Do you think there's going to be a follow-up to Spirit?
Well, the response has been quite good. So I'd imagine, somewhere down the line we probably will do a Wrestling Spirit too.
What sort of things do you think you can do better in it? Because you've covered a lot of the bases. The only things I could think of is actually, I guess, being able to the thing that I had in when I was playing the game was a lot of guys. My character is huge in Japan, but a lot of guys in America, I can't get hired because they'll talk bad to me in management. And then this one guy came over to Japan. I was thinking maybe it'd be kind of cool if I can go into the booking meeting and actually recommend that he doesn't get hired.
Use politics.
But what?
Use politics to keep him down.
Yeah. I thought that might be a kind of cool addition if you could.
I got an idea for you guys. The guy marries the boss's daughter. Boom! There you go.
What are you referring to there?
Yeah.
Can you sit on booking meetings when you get to the bigger promotions, like when you get to Supreme Wrestling Federation? Because I'm still in World League Wrestling right now.
If you get a relationship going with the owner, you can affect other decisions. So they can't actually go in there and say, I want to hold this guy down.
Really?
Yeah, well, it takes into account all the relationships in the game.
Wow, yeah. Because my best friend's useless. He's like some independent worker in Toronto, so he doesn't help me out much. But it's really intricate for anyone out there who hasn't seen it. It goes really in depth, massive rosters.
Yeah. The one area I think I can improve on would be the backstage, because the actual matches themselves, I'm really pleased with how they work. They are very realistic.
Yeah, you do color commentary actually on them.
Yeah.
That is me.
We do enjoy the color commentary. There's one line where you go, "That's no normal chop. That's a Mongolian chop." I thought there's some funny commentary on there.
I wasn't having any big move. I just completely undersell anything, a headlock or something, and just go completely over the top.
Yeah. It's definitely entertaining when you're playing a match and you hit the face crusher 1,000 times and you don't pin the guy. Yeah, that's what I had to do when I started out. My only complaint with TEW was how intimidating the interface was. When I got there and they had the house show thing, and it was really tough to to actually put everything into effect. Is it going to be? Is the interface going to be a little more
it's more
user-friendly?
Definitely. We've actually just got it fixed up today, but Jason, who did the graphics of some of the other Grey Dog software games, who's a brilliant graphics designer, he's actually working on a new game, which I'm really excited about because he's just brilliant at this stuff. If you've seen his work on the hockey game they did, or the basketball game, sorry, it's just amazing, his work. And we put a lot of time into getting all we've been working on it for 2 months now, so there's quite a lot done. We've really been working hard on getting the interface really user-friendly. You can find anything you want within a couple of clicks. So I think people are really pleased with that.
A while ago, and this was kind of a war thing. I want to say it was in 2001 or 2000. When you had, I think it was Extreme Warfare Revenge or Deluxe, I can't remember which one. Promotion Wars came out at the same time.
Yeah.
And there was kind of the Extreme Warfare fans and the Promotion Wars fans were going head to head because at that time, I mean, Promotion Wars for a while was gaining a lot of steam, but then they just kind of fell off the face of the earth. The guy never completed the second game. How did that little rivalry affect you and the way you made your games and everything?
Well, it was quite kind of funny because when Promotion Wars came out, I'd just finished doing Extreme Wars, so I wasn't intending to do any more at all because I was going off to university, so I decided that's going to be it. But then when I saw all these posts about these Promotion Wars fans really having a go at me, and I wasn't even doing anything, and I thought, well, I'll come back, do one more, and that's how Extreme Warfare Revenge got started. So it seemed like these Promotion Wars fans who hated me so much are actually the reason I kept going. Which is kind of ironic.
Yeah, I mean, it just seemed like, I mean, I liked Promotion Wars when it came out because I'd never. It was pretty cool because it was really the first game to really have a more in-depth handle on the actual rivalry between the promotions, which you obviously mastered later in the series. But I mean, the guy just never followed up on it. He said the updates were coming, but they never came. And then if you asked about it on the forums, they'd shoot you in the head. But
the pressure did get quite a lot. So many people wanted him to just do this amazing game. And both Adam Jennings was his name, and both of us are basically doing this in our free time at that point. And to complete a game takes 6 months of really hard work.
Yeah.
So it does get kind of pressure. You've got people every day asking, is this feature in, is this feature in? It does kind of get to you eventually.
Yeah. I think I heard, I believe it was from you, I'm pretty sure, I heard a quote from you a while ago that you said when you were programming, I think it was Revenge, and you said something along the lines of, I'm not going to put in things like what type of drinks you can have backstage.
What kind of backstage sandwiches, yeah.
Yeah, that. But yet now, I mean, you've essentially put so many details into these games that you're almost at that point right now. Do you
We're on the cruise, yeah. Although I can officially confirm that sandwiches won't be in Total Extreme Wrestling 2005.
Okay. But I mean, you really. For anyone, I know a lot of our readers have, or listeners, I'm sorry, we don't have a magazine, have played this game. But for those who have not, I mean, so intricate. I mean, how many wrestlers are actually in the game?
In my update, there's about 2,000.
Yeah, and they've got like pictures, and they're actually funny. They got like they got like parodies of current wrestlers and stuff. They'll have like the Lobster Warrior and stuff, and it's really in depth though. It's like you called it
the Cornell-verse.
The Cornell-verse.
It's based on Tommy Cornell, yeah.
Yeah, which is something I've noticed. You have all these. I've noticed since the beginning. You have like Tommy Cornell, and you have what's the other thing? Tank. You have a lot of names. Are those like your friends or?
What we did was I made a random name generator where it took one of, I think it's 5,000 first names and like 15,000 surnames. And a lot of them were like musicians I like or friends I know. And we stuck them together. And then I would go through and sort of, if I could see like a link, with say what, there's one guy called Brandon Christian, that's his name came up. But he was really big and really agile, so he became Big Cat Brandon. And all the names kind of evolved like that.
Yeah, because there's like I think in one of the old games there's like a Tommy Cornell Arena, isn't there?
Oh yeah, there's like, Tommy Cornell's been around for ages because he's my old E-Fed character when I used to play that.
Okay, yeah.
So he's kind of doing all the games somewhere.
I know this might be a little like advertising for someone else, but have you seen any good sims out there? That any sims that people might want to check out that are just maybe nobody's heard of, Diamonds in the Rough maybe, that you've seen?
I haven't seen any. It's just like the wrestling simulator world seems to be just dead at the moment.
Yeah.
Do you think that has anything to do with the fact that the wrestling business is down currently?
Oh, definitely, yeah. It's just if no one's watching TV shows, there's no real drive to get any promoter sims done either.
Yeah, yeah. Because I remember the when a lot of the Sims got the big boost was really in '99.
Yeah, around
So,
time when Austin took off.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I mean, everything that you see or saw then was everybody tried to be part of the wrestling business, in that you saw everybody opening up their own websites and everything, and you're not seeing that as much now. And I guess for The Sims, which takes, as you said, 6 months to do, nobody wants to invest that much time in something that they don't even have enough time to watch on Monday night.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, but once again, I mean, this is you're doing really well. This is an established brand. This is, like I said, the WWE of Sims. I mean, they've been established in, I guess we would call it the Attitude Era of Sims, and they're still going because obviously it's the only one who really had the dedication and the fan base and the technology behind it to do so. Is there anything else you do other than The Sims in your spare time, or?
Not programming-wise. It just takes up so much time doing wrestling that I don't want to spend my spare time then working on something else.
Is this, I mean, is this financially beneficial to you? I mean, is this your living, or do you do it?
It's my living now, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
From the time we did the first Total Extreme Wrestling game, from then on I've been doing it professionally, yeah.
Wow, cool. You still going to the college or university?
No, I finished university before. That was when I was doing Extreme Warfare Revenge.
Ah. How many years ago was that, just for somebody that doesn't remember?
That was, I graduated in 2001.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then I worked for a different company for 2 years, and then when I left them, that was when I became professionally as a programmer.
Wow. That's pretty impressive, actually.
So, have you been watching WWE lately?
The funny thing is, I don't actually get WWE because it's on a cable station that I don't have. So
okay.
I haven't seen wrestling for like 2 years.
Oh, my God.
Oh, jeez, wow.
Well, that's a good thing. I've seen some of the pay-per-views on video.
Yeah.
It seems to be a good thing I'm not seeing them.
In some cases, and especially most people's consensus for the last pay-per-view, that's probably right on the money.
Yeah. I mean, what do you do? Do you read the results then, I guess, and watch tapes?
Yeah, I keep up to date on the internet just because I need to keep up to date with angles so I can put them in the game later on. Yeah,
I mean, I'm looking at your game, and Erik, who's usually playing the phone when we're talking about upcoming events, saying, "Oh, I'm big in Japan, but I can't get booked anywhere in the United States." How many of the promotions in the new game are based on real promotions? For example, like Ring of Fire, is that supposed to be Ring of Honor?
Some of them are based on. It's more based on a time period. What I took was the best time period for me was when WWF, WCW were taking on each other.
Yeah.
And in Japan, you had New Japan and All Japan. So I sort of took the concept of having two big promotions in the US, two in Japan. Then like a rebel promotion, which is like representing sort of an ECW kind of thing.
Right.
Something representing Noah in Japan. And although the companies aren't actually based on them, it's based on the same concept.
Right.
Their Supreme Wrestling Federation with the Eisens is obviously based on WWE and the McMahons. I have just a question. I think this is just a gamer question for you, but my character is he's about 82 over in Japan, and Burning Hammer the God just gives him a tryout and will not sign him. What am I doing wrong?
Match quality. Because Burning Hammer are kind of a solid wrestling promotion. Just because you're over, they won't sign you. They need to have a really good match out of you too.
Oh, I'm a sports entertainer.
So you need to get like a B+ match rating, and then they'll let you in.
Huh. All right. Well, even if you lose?
It doesn't matter. Because it's just a tryout. It's not whether you win or lose. It's how well you perform.
Oh, okay.
Or you could just become friends with the owner, then they'll probably sign you anyway.
Is there any way I can do that if I don't have constant contact with him?
You can go backstage and try and see him there.
Because I always be like, because there's anyone who hasn't played it, you can actually go back, interact with the characters, and say things to them. And I always say things like, "Hey, you've been working out," and then sometimes they look at me weird and they try to blackball me in the U.S. But so it's a fantastic game though, Adam. But it's definitely recommend anyone pick up this game. It is I'm not going to say it's better than SmackDown vs. Raw, but I play it a lot more. I mean, so take that as what you will.
I play a lot more too.
So fantastic. We have a lot of fans. We have a lot of requests to have you on again, especially with the new game coming out. So, also, I hear we might even have a sweepstakes for one of the games. Is that correct?
Yeah, we can arrange that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, so that'd be tremendous. We'll have something to give away. We also have upcoming books from WrestleCrap and other books, Jimmy Hart's book, for example, and the Sting movie still to give away. So hopefully with a live show starting tomorrow, we will have some contests for you guys, and call in, and we'll give you some stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. Is there anything left?
I've got all my questions. I mean,
well, you know, I mean, do you want to? I mean, let's just talk a little bit more about you personally before we let you off the phone. I mean, you mentioned that your favorite time period was WCW versus WWF, which I guess would be, what, 96 through 2000, pretty much.
Yeah, about 96.
Yeah. I mean, that seems to be your favorite time period, but who are your favorites deep down? Like, who did you get excited to see?
Well, when I first got into wrestling was with ECW when they were first taking off.
Right.
But right at the beginning of 94, just when Raven came in, I actually started importing tapes then for ECW. I've still got a huge collection.
So do I, yeah.
So following like the Dream and Raven feud to me was the greatest feud ever. I've actually got a custom 3-tape set of every match Angle ever did on TV.
Really? Yeah. I started watching, you know, back here in the United States, it was on like 2 in the morning. And at the time, we're talking about 94, I was like 13. So I'd be up at like driving my parents nuts at 2 in the morning downstairs watching the wrestling shows from ECW, and I just remember thinking, this is just so different than what the WWF and WCW do, and that's why it was great.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, since you don't get a lot of wrestling up there, I'm sure you may have heard that WWE is going to run an ECW pay-per-view in June.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, James has pointed out the fact that, they're going to try to make it as authentic as possible. One of the things that made ECW was staying up at 2 a.m. in the morning to see a low-budget wrestling thing in a Philadelphia small arena, and, we're really, not pessimistic, but skeptical if it's going to be the same atmosphere, the same energy that the old ECW.
I mean, can you once again create the energy that this is the rebellious promotion that is just totally unlike anything you're seeing on TV right now? I mean,
I think the key word was rebel, because he had the rebel energy, and this is going to be a corporate pay-per-view, basically.
Yeah.
And also, you're not going to have people like Raven, Rob Van Dam won't be there, Sabu won't be there.
Yeah, he's the one who actually confirmed it on our show, Rob Van Dam did.
Yeah, so you've basically got people, you're going to have people like Rhino and Simon Dean, a.k.a. Nova, people who've been buried the last 2 years. They're going to have to have on the show, basically headlining it. So I don't see how it's going to work myself.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, Tommy will be there. Can he perform as the
Tommy's
question?
going to wrestle, I've heard.
Yeah, well, that's an interesting, good thing for them. The other thing is, you're not going to get the authentic feel. I mean, ECW to me was, Sandman, Shane Douglas, Francine. You had all the keys.
I hear they're going to have Sandman, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I heard they've contacted him, which is a big downer for Shane Douglas, because obviously Shane Douglas has his ECW reunion show either the night of or the night before.
Yeah.
And Sandman was going to be big in those plans. So I've heard WWE has contacted him.
How about
Douglas has got Terry Funk and Sabu on his, so those are the other two big names.
They have them listed?
Terry Funk, I heard, is going to be at the show.
Yeah, he said that he might not be healthy enough, which scared me half to death when he said it.
Yeah.
He said to us that he might not be healthy enough to work, and then he said, do you think something's wrong with Terry Funk? Maybe. So
yeah, we only speculation of what's up with Terry, but I've heard he's going to be there, and he just might perform because he's that insane. I mean,
God bless him. 60 years old, if I'm still able to do the stuff he can do,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, moonsaults onto the guardrail. Some of that stuff is insane. But in the WWE, you said obviously you're a fan of the Wars, the Attitude Era. What was your favorite angle of the Attitude Era?
Actually, most people thought it was kind of stupid, but I kind of like the Dark Wedding angle when Undertaker went really dark. That's like.
Oh, when you with Steph?
Yeah, I actually thought it was quite good, because they actually took the character to a very dark place. And they ruined it afterwards. They completely messed up the angle, but until that point, it was just I'd say it was quite a good angle, because you had all these people like Viscera, Gangrel, people who are very good wrestlers particularly. They actually gave them a reason to be there, this big squad of basically evildoers, led by a big scary dude. That's kind of a cool angle to me, if you've got one guy against him like Austin.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember that night when they had her. I mean, I didn't think that was tasteless at all. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, that wasn't the crucifixion angle for anyone who doesn't remember. That was when Austin came out and just beat up the whole ministry and saved Stephanie. And it was a good night. It got good ratings. I enjoyed it. My favorite angle. I don't know how you felt on this one. It was another one with the Undertaker. It's probably of all time. My favorite one was the, and James knows this because I talk about it all the time. Was from August to October of '97 was the Shawn Michaels Undertaker feud. I just thought that was so well done. Yeah. I mean, do you have any fun memories? Did you ever like that one, or?
Well, it came into the Hell in a Cell match. It's one of the all-time greatest matches in my opinion. For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Just and then Shawn actually, but it's got to take guts to actually take that sort of beating because he was just destroyed the entire match. He just
and
he from the top superstar.
He looks like he's scared to death of the Undertaker too the entire time.
Yeah, so he's actually putting his reputation on the line by taking such a beating for so long. He got complete. Basically, was a jobber for most of the match.
Yeah.
Take some guts to actually go through that, not say, well, I want 40% of the offense, but just say, go on, he can kill me, basically.
Yeah. And the difference between that match, and I know a lot of people compare it to the Mick Foley match, because Foley took those two huge bumps, but if you take away those two huge bumps, what does that match have? That's the only problem when you talk about the Mick Foley Undertaker cage match from the King of the Ring. I thought the Michaels one was a better one in terms of psychology.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, people wanted to see Shawn get the crap kicked out of him, and that's what they got. So, yeah. Were you sad when WCW closed down?
Not really. The only wrestling we used to get over here was WCW. We used to get their Saturday night like B show.
Right.
When they went out of business, they didn't show that anymore.
Hmm.
But that was actually pretty cool because they showed like AJ Styles meeting Skipper doing stuff.
Right.
Yeah. I like that show. I like that show. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I quite liked it. Yeah, 'cause he had all these guys who won on the main shows like AJ, Erik, Skipper. They had a cruiserweight tag tournament, and they showed on his B show. So it's actually really good wrestling.
Didn't they used to have, and correct me if I'm wrong, didn't they for a while change the Saturday Night Show over to a magazine-style show?
Yeah, but then they changed it back when they realized how dumb that idea was.
Yeah.
One of the many dumb ideas.
Well, yeah, I mean, that obviously they were full of them. That's why they're not here anymore. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, so we really do thank you, and it's good to get an idea of what in your mind was the greatest times of wrestling history, and really, we can't thank you enough for joining us. We know that you called us to join us, and from somebody who used to call the UK every week to do this show, I can tell you that it's sometimes a bit trying and expensive, so thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it.
It takes 20 minutes to actually get there. I just could not find a dialing code.
Yeah, I just go to Google. Anytime I have a question, just go to Google.
And once again, everybody listening, please go out. I mean, it's about $24. Wrestling Spirit from Rookie to Legend. I'm not lying at all. This is a fantastic game. I am dead serious. I love this game. Just give it a shot. Give the trial a shot, and you'll be hooked.
I'd better give out the URL so people can actually do it. It's www.greydogsoftware.com.
And we will post that on the website.
What was it one more time?
www.greydogsoftware.com, or you can go to www.adamryland.co.uk and there's a link there.
Okay, cool.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Mr. Ryland. Thank you.
Well, we appreciate it.
We appreciate you calling. And
hey, let me give you this option. We never gave this to a guest before, but we'll let you go with this one. I know that you knew the song, at least, of Skid Row. I remember you when we played it last time you were on.
Yeah.
We never give the guest a chance to actually pick a song. But why don't we give you that option this time? What song would you like to go out to?
Any song.
Any song?
How about some AC/DC?
Okay, cool. Any
AC/DC?
Bon Scott AC/DC or Brian Johnson AC/DC?
I like Back in Black era.
Back in 1980 that album just freaking kicked ass. I mean, that's the only album I can think of that sold 1 million copies every year for like 19 years.
That's the second highest selling album of the 80s.
Oh yeah, I mean that one sold in 1989. 1999, that album had sold 19 million copies, and it came out in 1980. So it sold 1 million copies per year for 19 years. That's pretty damn impressive.
If you enjoyed what you just heard, please click the like button and the notifications bell, and consider subscribing. It really helps. Thank you.